Gemini meets the day like a crossroads, two paths waking in the same body, two winds trying to enter the same window. The first wind is bright and fast. It carries ideas like birds, light-footed and curious. The second wind is heavy and invisible. It presses on the chest with a soft hand and whispers, "Not yet, not now, maybe later." Anxiety and procrastination aren't strangers at this threshold. They are the same old spirits wearing different masks, promising safety while stealing motion, offering comfort while dimming the pulse of life. Anxiety comes like static in the mind, crackling through every decision. It tells Gemini every door must be opened at once, every answer chosen perfectly, every risk measured to the last decimal. Its voice is a swarm, busy, brilliant, and exhausting. Procrastination follows quietly behind, wearing a softer face. It spreads a blanket and says, "Let's wait until the sky feels kinder, until the timing is immaculate, until your twin selves agree on everything." But the sky is a quiet liar when you ask it to choose for you. Waiting becomes an altar where time is burned like incense and nothing is born from the smoke. Gemini learns, sometimes painfully, that anxiety and procrastination are twins too, one buzzing at the front of the skull, the other pulling gently at the ankles. To walk forward, you must name them without shame. To name them is to say, "I am not your enemy, and you are not my truth." If this resonates with your heart, subscribe to Astro Gemini so you can keep traveling with us each week as we turn these inner whispers into wisdom and motion. There is a sacred practice the twins can share. It begins with breath, 3 honest breaths you actually feel. Not the shallow sip you take when you're trying to be fine, but the plain, slow breathing that cleans the glass of the mind. Then a question that cuts through fog. What is the smallest true thing I can do next? Not the entire life map, not the 10-year plan, not a perfection fantasy. The smallest true thing. Send the email. Drink the water. Write 3 sentences. Place both feet on the floor. Anxiety cannot swallow a step that small, and procrastination cannot argue with a single stone laid on the road. Gemini, your gift is movement of mind, but your salvation is movement of body. Your thoughts are brilliant meteors. Your hands must become the horizon that catches them. When the spirits are loud, make a promise that is not grand, but tender. Small promises are the bridges Mercury builds at midnight, when you think you are stuck on the wrong side of your life. You are never wrong-sided. You are just paused. Motion returns when a promise is honest enough to keep, and when you keep one small promise, your twins stop fighting. The clever one smiles. The cautious one relaxes. You realize that the point was never to escape the spirits, but to invite them into a pace they cannot disrupt. Breath, step, breath, step. Life measured not in storms or stalls, but in faithful increments that carry you across. Some days, the spirits arrive before you're awake. Anxiety shakes you by the shoulder with a list as long as a highway. Procrastination tucks you back into the pillow and says you deserve a break for just 5 more minutes. Gemini hears both voices and feels both right. The mind splits, the heart stalls, and the clock becomes a judge. But clocks are only mirrors with numbers. What they reflect back depends on how you look. In truth, anxiety is a prophecy of possible futures. It shows you 10 outcomes so you can dance through them faster. Procrastination is a longing for safety, a wish to move only when the ground is unshakable. Both are trying to love you in mistaken ways. When you treat them as enemies, they tighten their grip. When you treat them as misguided guardians, they loosen. Speak to them as you would to a friend who forgot how to help. Anxiety, thank you for showing me what could go wrong. Now show me what could go right. Procrastination, thank you for sheltering me. Now shelter me by letting me start. There is another ritual, 2 chairs in the room of your mind. Put anxiety in one chair and procrastination in the other. Sit across from them as the mediator you were born to be. Let anxiety say everything without interruption, its catastrophes, its timelines, its sharp math of fear. Thank it. Then let procrastination speak, the tired stories about not being ready, the myths about the perfect mood, the lullabies that lead to empty afternoons. Thank it too. After they are both heard, you become the vote that counts. Choose one true action that honors both, a timed sprint that's small, a boundary that is kind, a start that doesn't demand a flawless finish. If this message is helping you breathe easier, like this video so another Gemini can find it in the exact hour they need it. And if you want to go deeper with us beyond these weekly journeys, support Astro Gemini, become a channel member for exclusive videos and early access. There's a reason the air signs learn devotion differently. For you, devotion is not about clinging, it's about returning. Return to the desk after the thought drifts. Return to the page after the pause. Return to the body after the mind sprints ahead. You do not need an iron will to outlast anxiety or procrastination. You need a soft will that returns. The river never swears to be a straight line. It simply keeps moving. And in keeping, it carves canyons. Gemini heals by giving shape to energy. Try a threshold list. Only 3 living tasks on a card in your pocket. When you finish one, you may add one. The list never grows past 3. This starves anxiety of its endless banquet and denies procrastination the sofa of overwhelm. Or give yourself 2 beginnings. Begin timidly for 5 minutes, only 5, and then begin again with the little courage you found in the first beginning. Motion compounds like interest. The second start is never as heavy as the first. Now a personal invitation from my heart to yours. Tell me your date of birth and your zodiac sign in the comments so I can welcome you by name under the same sky. Your story matters here. The map moves only when we mark where you are. Night is the hour when anxiety writes its longest letters and procrastination promises its gentlest mornings. Gemini lies awake between them, counting what-ifs like beads. Here is a moonlit practice. Place a notebook beside the bed and give the spirits a page to live on. Empty the electric swarm onto paper. Every task, fear, dream, errand, sentence fragment. Put a small star next to what takes less than 10 minutes. When morning comes, begin with the starred items. Stars are simply tiny suns, and tiny suns are enough to warm a frozen morning. Remember, your ruler is Mercury, lord of thresholds, crossroads, and messages. Mercury does not demand certainty. Mercury asks for movement. When you feel the choke of anxious perfection, send a message to a friend, to your future self, to the moment. I'm starting now imperfectly. Whisper it if you must. The voice is a wand. It makes light brave enough to touch the next inch of path. Some will tell you to crush procrastination with force. But force breaks the stem of a tender beginning. Speak to yourself in the language that keeps flowers alive. Water and light. Water is time you set aside the way you'd water a plant. Regular, small, loyal. Light is the praise you offer for showing up, not for finishing. Gemini grows in praise. You always have. Tell yourself the truth when you sit down. I'm proud of this start. The spirits don't know where to stand when you bless the first step more than the last. If you pause today because the task felt too large, shrink the frame. You do not have to write the book. Write one true paragraph that wouldn't exist without you. You do not have to heal the whole relationship. Speak one honest sentence that opens a window. You do not have to reorder your entire life. Clear one surface and protect it like a small sanctuary. Anxiety respects focus. Procrastination respects momentum. Give them both what they respect, and they will fall in line like weather obeying the moon. And when you stumble, because you will, let the stumble be a comma, not a period. Anxiety will try to turn it into a prophecy of failure. Procrastination will turn it into a vacation of avoidance. But you, Gemini, you are the editor of your own story. Place a comma, breathe, return. The sentence still goes on. Some afternoons will ask you to choose between speed and care. Choose care first, then speed will come. Some mornings will ask you to choose between planning and presence. Plan for a breath. Be present for the rest. When your twins argue, let the body vote with a small, kind action. Do the next smallest true thing. If this helps center your mind, like this video, so our constellation gets brighter for everyone who wanders in the dark. One day, you will notice the spirits have changed shape. Anxiety becomes a messenger you meet at the door and thank for the delivery, not a storm that ravages the house. Procrastination becomes a cat napping in the window, still there, but no longer in your chair, no longer on your keyboard, no longer between you and your road. You did not conquer them. You befriended the part of you that believed their stories, and then you wrote a better one. Here is the story I want you to carry. You are not stuck. You are gathering motion in smaller circles than the world can see. Every breath you honor, every promise you keep, every tiny action you treat with reverence is a circle, and circles become spirals, and spirals are how the soul climbs without ladders. Gemini, your flight has always been a spiral, curious, adaptive, returning and rising. The spirits can ride beside you without driving your life. On the days you feel strong, build kindness for your future self. Prep the desk for tomorrow. Leave a note that says, begin with the blue folder. Put water by the bed. Choose an outfit that feels like a clear sky. Make motion easier than hesitation. This is not trivial. It is sacred engineering. We all deserve roads that help us keep moving, and you have the hands to build them. On the days you feel fragile, ask less of yourself and love what you still manage to give. Sit outside for 5 minutes and let the air carry away what it does not need to keep. Tell one friend you are struggling. Put your hand on your heart and acknowledge the twin within you who is tired of holding both ends of the rope. You are not weak for needing gentleness. You are wise for knowing it keeps you here. If throughout this journey you recognized pieces of your own heart, subscribe to Gemini so these messages keep arriving as softly and reliably as morning. And if you want to go further with us, deeper practices, early releases, a circle that gathers between the stars, support Gemini. Become a channel member for exclusive videos and early access. Before you go, share your date of birth and your zodiac sign in the comments so I can greet you under your sky and hold your timeline with care. We close with a vow that is simple enough to keep. Breath. Step, breath, step. Today, 3 true breaths. Today, one smallest true thing. Today, praise for the beginning, not punishment for the pause. Anxiety may knock. Procrastination may sigh. But you will be at the window, letting in the right wind, like this video if it steadied your spirit. It helps another Gemini find this path. Subscribe so you never miss the next lantern we light together. And if you're ready to walk with us more closely, support Gemini. Become a channel member for exclusive videos and early access. If you want to hear everything the universe has to say to you, watch these other videos on our channel.